it's in the game. It's in the game. It's the Carolina Panthers and the Miami Dolphins. Coming up next.
It's had many names, but only one NFL team over the years. We're at the home of the Dolphins, Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida. Welcome to another entertaining matchup, folks. Kate Scott, Brock Heward on the call in this one. And Brock, got a couple of running backs down on the field who can really take over their offenses when they get in the groove.
And I think that's going to be the ultimate goal of both of these offenses, right? I mean, there's just no confusion about it. They want to get their bell cow in that groove and get them going. Find that rhythm where they're ripping off chunk yardage, run after run, and then just keep on feeding that beast. In a game like this, whichever offense could get that rhythm and run game going first is likely going to be your winner.
Ready to get this game started? Here's Eddie Pinheiro. And we're underway at Hard Rock. D. Eskridge to return it. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. So the Dolphins offense headed out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a proud Samoan and one of your few fellow lefty QBs, Brock, Tua Tagovailoa.
Tua's early career, yeah, it was known for injuries. Maybe not being as durable and as available as you want in a top 10 pick. But the last few years, he's taken great strides to rewrite that narrative. Remember, this was a guy that rewrote the record books in Hawaii, won a national championship at Alabama, and nobody questioned the accuracy of that left arm. It was just the availability, well, that he's had to rewrite, and he's done a heck of a job.
They've got a man in motion. 1st and 10 now. Here's Tagovailoa. Flushed out of the pocket. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Josie Jewell making that stop.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Tua off the play fake. He fires one deep down the left side. He's got it at the 30. And he is finally out of bounds right on the opponent's 30. It's a full 40 yards on the play, Brock, and a new set of downs.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
1st and 10 after that last highlights. They're at the 30. Tagovailoa off the play fake. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You know what I call that, Kate? Punch, and you took a punch, but then you countered right back. You give up a big play, massive play, but you don't hang your head. You come right back, you get a sack of your own, and you change the momentum as quickly as you can.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Oh, look at this. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And this is down across the 30 before it's stopped. That's going to be 6 on the run, so that brings up 3rd and right around 8.
Well, this is a headache-inducing run for a defensive coach. I could just imagine that staff both upstairs and down on the field watching it, Kate, because now, well, they don't have to just worry about this guy catching as a receiver. Now they know he can be a weapon in the ground game, too.
Throwing. Here's Tagovailoa on 3rd. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's going to run for it. And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
4th down, and on comes Jason Sanders for the Dolphins field goal. This is going to be a 38-yarder from the right hash. Aubrey puts it through. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
You always feel like you leave a few points on the field when you kick it from here. But they don't wind up empty-handed on the drive. And the kicker, well, he gets to pad his stats a little bit with a high percentage make.
Sanders all set to send it away. Velus Jones now on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. So here come the Panthers now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the first player picked in the 2023 NFL Draft from Alabama. It's Bryce Young.
Watching Bryce Young at Alabama, he just made the game look so easy. One of those rare prospects where everything just feels like it's in slow motion and he's in total control. Well, fast forward to the NFL, and he took a beating early in his career. Everything must have felt like a blur. But there's no denying the promise he has as a quarterback, that high upside that made him the #1 pick overall.
Straight to the air here, it's Young. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be second down.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Shotgun snap now to Young. This is reeled in by Leggett. This is ahead for about 5. Play brought to an end by Jalen Ramsey.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
Young to throw here on third. Hubbard hauls it in. Space past the 35. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Sticking to the air, it's Young. Connects with Hubbard. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
You know, these running backs today, they are so versatile. It doesn't matter if they're running it, or in this case, same principle applies on routes out of the backfield. You don't get somebody close to him, that throw is headed his way.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. On the ground, Chuba Hubbard gets it. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. Give him 8 yards on the play. And that'll be good for a Carolina first.
That's a play that won't pop on the stat sheet, but the players and coaches won't forget about it, I promise you that. Coaches will file that one away the next time. They really need to pick up a few yards.
Counterplay, Hubbard. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Javon Holland there to make the stop. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
A modest gain on the counter. A good recovery there from the front 7, Kate. They bought the fake initially, but adjusted just in time to limit the damage headed the other direction.
Young on the play action. Throw is there for Jatavion Sanders. And he drives it close to the red zone before going out. They pick up 20 yards there. And it'll give the Panthers a first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. They motion a receiver left. To the air on first down. Young. Caught at the 10-yard line. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have first and goal.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, well, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's first and goal. Working inside the red zone. He's got it! And he's out of bounds at the 3. Nearly got to the end zone there.
It is so hard for these defenses. I don't envy them at all to try to monitor where these running backs are. Are they chipping? Are they delaying their route? He's such an underrated part of their overall passing game.
So from the 3, here's second and goal. Young working from the gun. He's on the move. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the pressure drives them backwards.
This defense has been trying like mad to do anything to disrupt the rhythm, get the QB off his spot. It's got to be a massive relief to see their efforts paid off on that play.
Buckle up, it's third and goal. Out of the gun, Young. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete.
Well, that was all about the eyes. You've got to read the quarterback's eyes as a defender and make sure you know where that throw is going, and when it does, you got to react and knock it away. That is well done.
Staring at fourth down now, the Panthers electing to go with Eddie Pinheiro for the field goal try. This only a chip shot from the right hash. Marr connects there. And we're all tied up now in the first half.
Well, that's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Eskridge on the return. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. So Miami headed out for its second drive of the game. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. They've got first down from the 31. And they send a man in motion. Opening carry for Devon Achane. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the 34, he's got Smith. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
That's just discipline with a capital D. The play in the huddle is a running back screen, but it takes discipline for that offensive line to not get downfield. Discipline for that receiver to stay alert, stay aware that he's a viable option as well.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Back to throw, Tua. Achane reels it in. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Pursue, pursue, pursue. It's why they do these drills all the time, Kate. You do them through the offseason, do them through training camp, you do them in the regular season. Because when a defense plays with tremendous pursuit, you force 4th downs just as they did.
Now it's Jake Bailey, who's out to punt this for the Dolphins. Kick is away, and this one might bring rain. Wow, what a kick. Now for the second time, we take a look at this Panther offense. They managed 3 on their last drive, but down inside the red zone, disappointing not to come away with a touchdown. They're out and set, 1st and 10. His drive will begin with Hubbard. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Javon Holland there to make the stop. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
Has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the first down that comes with it.
You know, Kate, it is so hard on these defenses to try to keep an eye and monitor on these running backs when they leave the backfield, especially if he's waiting to chip a defender or delays on the start of his route. He's really an underrated part of their overall passing game.
He'll work it a couple of yards past the line. Jordan Poyer up from the secondary to make that stop. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. Now it's Young. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Putting the tight end in motion. On 3rd down, it's Young. That is caught along the sideline, and he gets the feet down. Wow! They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
That's a pro's pro right there. That is one heck of an experienced catch. He made sure to secure the ball, but he also knew exactly where the sideline was to get both feet down.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Rush coming for Young. That's complete to Leggett. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. 16 yards on the play. And that'll be good for a Carolina first.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
1st and 10, it's Hubbard. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Tackle made by Jordan Brooks. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Hubbard again. He'll have him gain about a handful there. Hit applied by Bradley Chubb. Give him 5 on that play. Now it's going to be 3rd down and 6.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
Complete beyond the marker. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
There's no route on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Play action now, Young. Oh, not like this. An interception ends that drive. Picked off, Kendall Fuller. And the Dolphins get the football on the first turnover of the contest. He was trying to fit it into a window in the zone coverage, but by the time he let it go, boy, Brock, that lane had closed, and someone was there to make a play on it.
What you're trying to do in zone coverage defensively is make that quarterback see a window that isn't actually there. And as soon as he takes the bait and sends it over the middle, well, you got 1, 2, 3 defenders all there in range to go pick it off.
The Dolphins offense ready to go as they take the field. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Tagovailoa. On target to his man, Barrios. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's going to give the Dolphins a 1st down.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
Here's A-Chain up the middle, and he works his way for a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 + 4 + 4 equals a 1st down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. They send Hill right. 2nd down carry for Achane. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Shaq Thompson finishing that play off. An extra corner into the game for the Panthers. 3rd down. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. Taken in by Smith. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That pitch and catch won't show up as a big play on the stat sheet, but it gives his own defense a little time to rest and gives an offensive coordinator a new set of downs to work with.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. They send a tight end in motion. A-Chain on the inside gives. And he's brought down for a loss.
These stops, they don't always make the end-of-game highlight reels, but they absolutely should. The coaches and players know it. Offenses are always counting on yards on that type of run. And anytime it results in a loss, it could be a potential drive killer.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Tagovailoa working from the pistol. And he gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. Tackle made by J.C. Horn.
That's the defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Throwing, here's Tagovailoa on 3rd. Taking a shot, deep down the field it goes. Forces that one, and it's intercepted. And the Panthers get the football just short of their 20 after the interception and return. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, Kate. We got 1, we got 2. Do I hear a 3rd interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought. The defenders are offensive guys with bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away.
The Panthers get going again once more on offense. They are coming off their 1st interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's on the move. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
2nd and 3 now. Here's Hubbard on the give. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. One yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Shotgun snap now to Young. That's caught for the first. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down. At the end of one, a field goal for each side, but no one has found the end zone just yet. Both teams neck and neck so far. Back to Hard Rock Stadium right after this. We're ready to go with the second quarter. It's Panthers football. They've got a first to begin the frame. Here's a give to Hubbard. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. It's a gain of 12 there. And it'll give the Panthers a first down.
That's the kind of run that shows he's trying to take some stress off the passing game to provide big plays. What a great help to that side of an offense when the ground game can deliver chunk plays too.
Connection made to Tremble. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 48. That's an incomplete pass. Couldn't find a home there.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it. Thinking interception to be had, and incompletion still pretty good for the defense.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Motioning one of the tight ends. They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Kate, I can promise you, you go back and look at the most efficient offenses in the NFL over the last couple decades, one thing will resonate. You've got to be able to attack the middle of the field. It's great to do it with receivers. It's awesome with tight ends. But when you get that influence from your running backs, man, you become a dangerous offense to stop.
Short pass brought in. And he's taken down at the 30. They get an even 10 on that play. And that'll be good for a Carolina first.
Well, they got him down before he could do any more damage in terms of yards. And that's no easy job, mind you, tackling a big tight end. But the main damage had already been done. He kept this drive going by getting beyond the line to gain.
Hubbard trying this up the gut. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Tackle made by Jordan Brooks.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 27. This is reeled in by Leggett. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it'll give the Panthers a first down. Working inside the red zone. Has it down close. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
As quarterback, when you have an out route versus man coverage, you're just hoping and just praying your offensive guy could turn the hips of that defender. And once you see that, you got to cut it loose and let it go, just as they did right there.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Out of the gun, Young. And he will score. It's a Carolina touchdown. The Panthers parlay the interception into points. Right on the edge of the goal line for 1st and goal. And I don't know about you, partner, but that surprised me that they just threw it in. No attempts at running it.
Yeah, I think it is so hard for these defenders. You got to be so keyed in and physically, you know you've got to stop that run first. So a 1st down pass play can and certainly was effective.
Eddie Pinheiro on now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Panthers break that tie and now lead by 7. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Washington now to return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Offense returning to the field now for the Dolphins. And they take over down 10-3 following that score. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They run the counter to Achane. And he's swallowed up in the middle. No gain on the run. Shaq Thompson finishing that play off. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Achane again. And after a little running, he gets this up to the 32. They get about 4 there. Need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the 1st down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
To the air, 3rd and long. Coverage holds up, and he just had to get rid of it.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
On again comes Jake Bailey to punt this away. Raheem Blackshear back deep for the Panthers. Absolutely crushed his first punt, and here's another huge one. Wow, beautiful punt there. They have them backed up all the way to the 2-yard line. The Panthers and Bryce Young making their way back out on offense. And at the pace he's begun the game throwing the football, Brock, he is in line for a special type of performance if they need to keep throwing it until the end. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Up the middle, Hubbard. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Young working from the gun. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Not a good spot to punt from. They really want to convert here on 3rd. Looking to throw, Young. Buys time, rolling right. He's running for it. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
So on fourth down now, the Panthers calling an all-pro several times over. It's Johnny Hecker for the punt. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. His work begins at the 31. And he puts together a nice little return there before they're able to bring him down. Found some space, ended up with 18 on that return. And it'll be good field position for them as they take over right at midfield. The Dolphins in pretty good field position here as they come up 1st and 10. Tua off the play fake. He's going to push one deep down the right. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Throwing again. Here's Tua. Escapes his grasp. Ooh, can't avoid that one, and they take him down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Now Tua to throw. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. The Panthers and Chuba Hubbard ready to begin another drive. And they've gone to him as a receiver to complement his presence in the backfield, Brock, to some good early results. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Now a run with Hubbard. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after looks like a yard gain. Tackle made by Jordan Brooks. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
This close to your own goal line, they really don't want to risk a sack. That means, well, one option, run it and buy whatever breathing room you can.
On 2nd down, it's Hubbard. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Looking at a tough spot to punt it away if this 3rd down is unsuccessful. They run again with Hubbard. And he'll be taken down on the edge of his own end zone at the 2. They managed just 1 yard there. It's going to be 4th and 9.
As an offense in these situations, Kate, you could feel your own goal line, and you're not going to risk putting the ball in the air. So that means you're going to run it, and you're going to buy whatever breathing room you can.
Carolina in punt formation. And he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his 1st. This is away, and once again, he's caught all of it. Has it at the 37. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Absolutely crushed that kick, a full 70-yard punt. And it'll be Dolphins football. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. First play, they go quick out to the left, complete. And they make the tackle at the 38. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
That's really good instinct by the eyes up in the sky. The play caller seeing space on the perimeter, a well-timed screen, and a positive gain out of it.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Tagovailoa on 1st down. He's got Smith. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line.
Well, nothing very fancy about that. That's just a textbook curl route. I think they were running curl routes last century, and it's a play that works a high percentage of the time then, just like it did now.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. A run now with Achane. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
You know what I like about a 2nd and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a 1st down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play-action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Tua out of the pistol. Completes this one to Hill. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Tua now from the gun. Escapes the... And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Gotta figure out this 3rd down here. Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. He's got it deep downfield. Touchdown, Miami. We've seen him do a lot more to reach the end zone on a catch, Brock. That one was kind of fed right to him.
Yeah, they say the running backs have a nose for the end zone. You know who else does? Every skill guy out there,
Yeah.
because they want to put a touchdown on the board.
Jason Sanders to try the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Dolphins tie things 10-10. Sanders all set to send it away. Raheem Blackshear now to return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Panthers and this running back headed back out for a new series. And among all the team's pass catchers, partner, he has been one of the brightest spots in this opening half. I mean, I think we agree he's outshined several of their receivers and tight ends that we're used to seeing be the guys to get those targets. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's a give to Hubbard. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Running with Hubbard out of the gun. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Tackle made by Jordan Brooks. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. They put a receiver in motion right. On 3rd down, it's Young. He's on the move. Oh, he's gonna run for it. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's gonna move the sticks.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, a give to Hubbard. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. This time it's a passing play. Rolling left, buying some time. Oh, look at this, here he goes.
Oh man, those defensive players hate slippery quarterbacks. Near impossible to keep them hedged in or corral them behind the line there. He evades them long enough to turn a potential loss into positive yardage.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he's taken down at the 30. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down. We've hit the 2-minute warning now at Hard Rock. The Panthers with a chance to break this tie. Young on 1st and 10. Escapes the pocket. He's going to pull this one down and run with it. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that'll be good for a Carolina 1st.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
All right, I'll set up now. 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Pass complete to Hubbard. And they'll get there and stop him at the line.
Man, the defense was all over that throw, able to stop it right at the line. They could smell that one coming, and they sniffed it out in a hurry.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Shotgun snap now to Young. And through the back of the end zone and out of bounds.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Now it's Young. And as that one falls incomplete, all eyes shifting to the flag that was thrown. If it's defensive, they've got a first down here. And it's as we expected, partner. We call pass interference, so put it at the spot and give them that first down. Defense, no doubt, still recovering from that interference call, Brock, but they've got to buckle down here. It's first and goal. Young looking to throw. Has it in close. Touchdown, Carolina! So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Extra point try now from Pinheiro. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Panthers break that tie and now lead by 7. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Eskridge on the return. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. The Dolphin offense taking over late in this half. With the time remaining, we'll see if they can get this into field goal range before halftime. First and 10 now from the 30. Tagovailoa now. Achane reels it in. He's contained at the line for no gain. Shaq Thompson finishing that play off. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Tua looking to throw. Has a man, it's Achane. And not much doing, he stopped quickly. Miami calls a timeout here, it's second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Off the play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Buying some time left. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. So the Dolphins readying for the punt. And he's been one of the players of this game. He's been hitting it well so far. This is another big one. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. That's going to be a highlight there, a 68-yard punt. And they'll take over with minimal time remaining in the half. This drive starts with barely any time left. 13 seconds in the half. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. He'll cobble together a yard there. A long-time standout, Calais Campbell there for the stop. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. So we've arrived at halftime, and the Panthers impressive so far. They've got a lead so far on the road. Now it's up north to Orlando for a look around the league. We've got Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, thank you, Coach. And we are back and about set to begin the second half. Sanders all set to send it away. On the return, here's Jones. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The visitors headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Young. Throw complete to Thielen. And he gets him around 6 there. Tackle made by Jordan Brooks. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. This is Hubbard. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
1st down, ball at the 36. Young working from the gun. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Young throwing here. Gets this to Sanders. He's got a gain of 6 there. Brought down that time by Kendall Fuller. Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Defense shows blitz. Young. He finds Sanders. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That's going to pick up the 1st down after a gain of 26.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
New set of downs for him at the 38. First and 10, it's Hubbard. And he's brought down for a loss.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in a locker room and in the huddle is you could be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
Receiver in motion going left. Here's 2nd and 11. Connects with Hubbard. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Play brought to an end by Jalen Ramsey.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm. and a nice little gain on top of it.
He has the first over the middle. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Connection made to Tremble. And this is down all the way to the 3. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Might be trying to power this across, Brock. They've got 3 tight ends out there. It's 1st and goal. Hubbard runs in. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers grow the lead coming out of halftime. Chuba Hubbard with the touchdown. Well, we all knew what was coming when they got into that goal line formation, didn't we, Brock? And they just pound the rock in for an old-school touchdown.
I just sometimes love that stuff. Nothing fancy, nothing cute. Here's our formation. You know we're running right at you, and we challenge you to stop us, and you can't.
Extra point try now from Pinheiro. The point after splits the uprights. And the Panthers double their lead to 14. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Eskridge on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Miami offense headed out there now. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Tua now from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Taking a look at that scoreboard, and you just can't go backwards. If you're going to close this gap, you've got to stay on schedule. I've had a hard time doing so with a double-digit deficit.
They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Trying again following the sack. This one's taken in by Hill. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Tua setting up to throw. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
Punt team on the field. And he's been getting all of it every time out. And this one is crushed. Wow, beautiful punt here. That is going to go for 60 plus. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Carolina about set to go once again offensively. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now Young. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Brought down that time by Kendall Fuller.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate, but the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers. He comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Trying to throw here out of the gun. He's on the move. He's keeping it. Give him 13 on that play. And it'll give the Panthers a 1st down.
Well, I can promise you, that was the goal from the moment he took off. He kept his eyes locked on the chains. It's almost like he had a spidey sense. He knew exactly where to get in order to move the sticks and get that critical 1st down.
To the air on 1st down. Young has him on the quick hitter. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Hubbard quick on the draw. He'll drive it forward, but won't get beyond the line. Zach Sealer there to bring him down. Nothing for them on 2nd down, and now it's 3rd and 1.
Hey, I know 3rd and 1 feels like an automatic running down, but after seeing that last play yield you nothing, this offense and that coordinator's got a seed of doubt. This defense playing some mind games with them.
3rd down run by Hubbard. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the 1st down.
Find me an offense that won't take that type of result every snap. Good execution, a quality gain, and it moved the sticks.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Here's Young on 1st and 10. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that'll be good for a Carolina 1st.
You just got to love that angle route. It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times do you see the backs out of the backfield or just run to the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sell that flat route, break it off to an angle, and break off a 1st down.
Young on 1st and 10. Escapes the pocket. Now here he goes. And he evades any kind of trouble, but only a short gain to show for it after sliding down.
That is quarterback play 101. Maybe not the first chapter of it, but man, is that important. Getting downfield, get what you can with your legs, then most importantly, protect yourself. Get down and don't take any extra contact.
Shotgun snap now to Young. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind them, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. This is Hubbard running left. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Hubbard again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. 1 yard on the run, so just 3 yards across those last 2 carries. It's 3rd and 7. Now it's Young. Escapes the pocket. And he will score. It's a Carolina touchdown. The Panthers stretch their lead to a 3-score advantage. It's a Bryce Young touchdown. His 3rd total score of this game. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist, and you got to be an artist that can create when things break down, and that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
That one right down the middle. And the Panthers stretch their lead to 21. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Eskridge on the return. Man, he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Miami set to take over once again on offense. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Achane. And he'll go down, it will say right at the 39-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Hey, even though that was an excellent run, I got to talk about the receivers here, Kate, because 9 times out of 10, you see a run like that in this league, 10+, you know those guys on the outside are doing their job, shining as blockers, keeping those defenders away from the back.
They run the counter to Achane. And they had that one contained right at the line. Shaq Thompson finishing that play off. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
You know, Kate, sometimes football and poker have a lot in common. You don't want to tell at the poker table, and you don't want one at the line of scrimmage. Sometimes just it's alignment. It's the way these linemen breathe. It's the blood in their knuckles the defenders read and react to. I think that time a tell was in play because the defense was all over that counter before it could get started.
And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. He picks up 15 on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Miami.
Sometimes you're looking to push the ball down the field, But as I've said before, the crumbs lead to a cookie, and you never go broke taking a profit, and those big tight ends will often find you those easy check down yards.
Able to find Achan. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's going to give the Dolphins a first down.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
Tua off the play fake. That one's complete, right side. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Xavier Woods up to make the tackle. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Here's Tua again. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, third down coming up.
Well, if nothing else, that proves they're not afraid to take a shot on any given snap. And with enough looks, eventually, one's going to connect.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Again, it's Tagovailoa. Complete beyond the marker. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be first down, Miami.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about two things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
Pass caught by Smythe. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
Small pass, big result. This dude is just a juggernaut with the football, and once he gets rolling, it gets tougher and tougher and tougher to stop him from playing add-on with those yards.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. First give of the game here to Raheem Mostert. And he gets in. Touchdown! The Dolphins shave some off the deficit late in the quarter. Raheem Mostert, the touchdown. Well, Brock, not sure the play they were running was all that disguised, but with the personnel they had out there, it was going to be tough to stop him either way.
Yeah, there's a great debate. Is it the X's and O's or the Jimmies and Joes?
Yep.
No debate there. That was the Jimmies and the Joes in their want-to run it right down their throat.
Extra point attempt coming from Sanders. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Dolphins get it back to a 14-point game. Sanders all set to send it away. Blackshear on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The visitors ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Young. Flushed out of the pocket. He takes it himself. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
When a play breaks down, every once in a while, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on that ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that one.
Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Here's Hubbard on the give. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Tackle made by Jordan Brooks. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. So we're through 3 here. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Rush coming for Young. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
When nothing opens up, that becomes a pretty clear throwaway spot. I mean, that is textbook throwaway spot right there, Kate. Get outside the box, chuck it into the 3rd row, and avoid exactly what happened right there. Because now 3rd down is so much harder.
Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. Young working from the gun. Toward the sideline, and he's got Leggett. So a timely moment for a big play, and they get the first on 3rd and 19.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page, because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
Pass complete to Hubbard. And they make the stop. We're going to say at about the 37-yard line.
Simply part of the job description for any running back in today's game. You're out there, you're going to be one of your quarterback's most important safety valves, and you got to be ready for that check down at all times.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 37. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. This one intended for the running back. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up.
You know, Kate, we see this all the time at every level of football. You've got to catch it first. It's just like when a receiver receives a handoff. You got to secure the ball, then let your athleticism take off.
Sticking to the air, it's Young. That's caught for the first. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Young to throw it. It's caught. That's Thielen. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And it'll give the Panthers a 1st down. Here's a give to Hubbard. And they bring him down pretty quickly at the 10. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Here's Young. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Young looking to throw. This throw is caught. He has the Carolina touchdown. Well, as they drive forward to what right now looks like it should be a win, Brock, he sure is taking advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His second touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity. Certainly paying dividends in this one, but more than likely for more games to come.
Extra point try now from Pinheiro. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Panthers stretch their lead to 21. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Eskridge on the return. Man, he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Dolphins sending their offense back out there. They just witnessed maybe the most impressive drive we've seen all game, Brock, and now they get a chance to answer with one of their own. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. This one's taken in by Hill. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
No matter what other stats you want to look at in this ball game, well, this defense can take some serious pride in at least one thing, and that is 6 quarterback sacks on the afternoon. 6 sacks? Well, that's an expectation rarely achieved. And a sign? Well, this group did their homework, and they're making it pay on the field.
So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Tua now from the gun. Nice work by the back here. Playing safety valve complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
I don't know about you, Kate, but I think somebody's auditioning for some extra work as a receiver. If he could do that coming out of the backfield, imagine the damage he could do if they sent him out into one of those spots out wide.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Tagovailoa now working from the gun. Hits his running back. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain.
It's sure nice to have that safety valve. Sure nice to have a running back that's not just able to tote it, Kate, but he's able to catch it. That's now multiple times they've looked his way, and multiple times he's delivered.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. He's on the move. He gets a little something out of it before sliding to a stop.
That's just a case where you're trying to make something when there really is nothing there. There just wasn't an opening for him to work with, and he was lucky to get what he could.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Now Tua to throw. Has a man, it's Achane. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
Well, that's a game that has its roots in preparation during the week. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday kind of stuff. Identifying ways to target the coverage and creating opportunities for big completions.
They go play action with Tagovailoa. Bails out of the pocket quick. Steps up, and he's running with it. Gets out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt, even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
From the 17. He brings it in. And this is down all the way to the 3. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal. Mostert trying to punch it in. Has the Miami touchdown. The Dolphins get it back to within 2 possessions. Raheem Mostert the touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with 1 end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
That one splits the uprights. And the Dolphins get it back to a 14-point game. Sanders all set to send it away. On the return, here's Jones. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The visitors are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Tight end going in motion here. To the air on 1st down. Young. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Well, partner, I think this defense had enough. This QB has been getting out of the pocket and doing damage with his legs, but not this time. Great pursuit, great effort, and they're able to wrap him up for the sack.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Motion man sent left. Another try following the sack. Gets this to Sanders. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 31-yard play, and that'll be good for a Carolina first.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Following that last play, want to keep that pedal down. 1st and 10 from the 45. Out of the shotgun, a give to Hubbard. And he's got this down to the 40. 1st down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. One of the tight ends motioning left. From the 40 on 2nd down. This is reeled in by Leggett. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. They motion the tight end over. Here's Young on 1st and 10. Completed over the middle. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it'll give the Panthers a first down.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and there aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
Xavier Legette, the target on that throw, and it sets up 2nd down.
I think you're seeing why they like this guy in coverage, man. He reacts well to throws and is so adept in breaking up passes right through contact or before they ever reach the target.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Shotgun snap now to Young. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's got it inside the 15 before going out.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
So now here's 3rd and 5. Young working from the gun. He's on the move. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through, and that's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
I know we talk about rhythm a lot when it comes to music, but it's the same thing with a quarterback and his protection. This QB was in rhythm, but they knocked the notes out of him on that one.
Staring at 4th down now, the Panthers electing to go with Eddie Pinheiro for the field goal try. He hit his first one. His second one's coming from inside of 40. Maher connects there. And that makes this a 3-score game.
I think you could call this one now, Kate. His field goal makes it a 3-score game, and even the most improbable comeback attempts are going to have a hard time erasing that type of deficit here in the final quarter.
Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Eskridge on the return. And look at this return. The tackle's made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line. Now this offense getting set to work here. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Here's Tagovailoa. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break off something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
From the 35 on 2nd down. He goes back to him yet again, complete. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Throwing now, Tagovailoa. Escapes the pocket. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Let's be real clear. There is nothing lucky about number 7 at all for this quarterback. The 7th time he's been taken to the ground for a sack. This defense, they made adjustments. They're incorporating a variety of different looks and blitzes, and it just seems like, Kate, constantly they are a step ahead of whatever this offense is trying to do to protect this quarterback.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. They connect for the first. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. Forget that it was 4th down, Brock. That is an impressive 22-yard pickup, and it gets them the first.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure that drives right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
Slot man motioned over. Tua off the play fake. On target to Waddle. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the 37. Achane reels it in. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
Well, that one was drawn up and delivered beautifully, efficiently. If it's not circled on the call sheet already, you better believe it is now.
Working quickly here. Again, it's Tagovailoa. And he sails that one over the end zone.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one, Kate. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Here's Tua again. Catch is made in close. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
He's on the move. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Dolphins get it back to within 2 possessions. Tua Tagovailoa with the touchdown. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
That one right down the middle. And the Dolphins cut the lead down to 10. Well, don't look up at the clock, everybody. That is certainly not their friend as they get set to try an onside kick. And the Panthers secure that kick. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Well, kind of feels like we're starting to get to that point, Brock.
And what point is that, Kate?
You know, the bold point of the game where you have to try something bold could end up becoming a play that finally sinks him, though.
Yeah, it's time for desperation. Without a defensive stop here, it's really hard to lay out the scenarios for much success. Every second matters now when you don't come up with that onside kick.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Running with Hubbard out of the gun. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. A gain of 5, and that brings us to the 2-minute warning. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. They run again with Hubbard. And without much room, he's going to go down at the 32-yard line.
Now just 4 seconds after our 2-minute warning, we've got another pause. Timeout taken by the defense. Third and just 2 to go. Up the middle, Hubbard. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line. No surprises here. Defense quick to stop that clock. We've got 1:53 left in this game. Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. They're going for it. Young. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. The Dolphins choosing to spend their final timeout here. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. They drop to a knee, and what little time we have left here is going to tick down.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second.
Second down, probably going to see him kneel it again here. On second down, it's Hubbard. Jukes one defender. And he makes it to the start of the red zone down at the 20. Give him 6 yards on the run, so it's going to be 3rd and 5.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
He goes to a knee as time winds down in this one.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
Staring at 4th down now, the Panthers electing to go with Eddie Pinheiro for the field goal try. This is going to be a 38-yarder from the right hash. His kick is good at the end, but boy, Brock, we might see some words exchanged at midfield here as they add 3 to the win as time expires. So it's the Panthers who take this one on the road. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work, and really not a lot to dislike from either group. Just one side working at a slightly better clip than the other. That was the difference in the win. So for Brock Heward, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. The Panthers are winners as we say so long from Miami.